What's up? We're back with more Palmetto State Armory 15-round Dagger Micro magazines.
When I load it, there's a weird click.
That was a slight failure to battery in slick mag number 1.
And it's really stiff to load.
So we have 2 of the original mags we shot in our last review, and these have been loaded, we think, for 2.5 months straight at this point. We loaded them the day we finished that review just to see what would happen to the spring tension. We got these slick mags, they have been loaded for about a month, and then we've got 2 more slick mags, and in typical PSA fashion, saran wrap is the way they came to us. All right, so we got mags 1 and 4 from last time, and same Glock 48, one of them anyway that we were using. And we're gonna test these. Again, these have been loaded for 2.5 months. And basically, the reason we're doing this is just to see if they're a little easier to load. 1, because they were kind of real stiff last time. And 2, to see if we have less malfunctions with ball ammo, which is currently what's in here. And today we are shooting 124 grain AAC. If you remember from the first video, we felt the 124 grain hollow points ran better because there was a little more pressure. So we're gonna see if 124 grain ball ammo also performs similarly. They're not locking back, but chances are that is my thumb doing that again. So we got the slick mags from Palmetto State Armory. These were not available when we did our first review, but we got a bunch. This has been loaded for about a month. And we got 124 grain ball ammo in here and want to see how it runs. I got 2 mags on me. And the idea here, what we're testing is 124 grain gonna run more consistently in these, and do the mags need some break-in before they function flawlessly? This gun is set up for a left-handed shooter. All right, so we got the 2 slick mags here that are brand new, and these are the 2 original mags that we shot a bunch last time and then we left loaded for 2.5 months. And the black mags here are noticeably easier to load. That was one of our complaints the first time we did this. The mags were so stiff and we felt like that was putting a lot of upward pressure on the slide. And so our theory was that leaving them loaded for a while and obviously using them more was going to break them in. And that seems to be the case when we compare these to the slick mags that I'm holding on the other hand. These are brand new slick mags. We just loaded these up. They're really stiff. Curious to see how they do in this Glock 48. Both of them ran flawlessly. We're off to a good start. Back to the original mags. So far, everything's running good except for my finger sitting on the slide lock lever on the last round. At this point, we've had no malfunctions yet with any of the mags, the new slick mags, the slick mags we preloaded, and the original black mags that we used in the first test. So we're kind of going to be agnostic at this point and just shoot a bunch of stuff, see what happens. And from there, if we start having failures, then we'll jump back in and see which mags are having those failures. That was a slight failure to battery in slick mag number 1, but that probably was my fault. We saw that a lot in the last review. Slick Mag 1 had a very slight failure to go into battery. I noticed it before I shot, and probably it was my fault. One thing we noticed with these micro compact guns is they're really picky about your shoulder support, your wrist control, all that stuff. And I felt like the shot before it failed to go into battery, I didn't have good control over the gun that time. Yep, good job. Now, hold on. You can put it up. You can put it up, but your grip is...
I felt it really bad.
This thumb needs to be higher. There you go.
That feels a lot better.
And then break your elbows a little bit and use more shoulder control.
Thank you. Wow.
Keep having those problems, stop to figure out why.
It's not technique, possibly. I think we got it's just a technique issue. And two of the new ones. And out. That's it. I'm clean. Everything locks, everything works. And these are the brand new ones. They're still a little stiff, but other than that. All right, here we go. Boy, stop this. There's this one. Okay, she's getting hotter than hell, man.
So we've got hollow points now, and we've got 4 slick mags that are new. These haven't been loaded and sat. We shot 2 of them a little bit already today with some hollow points, and 2 of them are literally brand new. We just pulled them out. So we got 500 rounds of hollow points here. What we're gonna do is see how they run and if we have any malfunctions with them. If you remember last time, in 1,000 rounds of hollow point ammo, we had about 3 failures and we think most of those failures were due to us or something with the gun, not specifically the magazines. That's spicy. All right, so far, slick mags, hollow points, running fine. That was on me, that was a failure to battery. And I've noticed with this 43X, if my thumb is touching the slide at all, it's traveling slower than it ought to. So.
This one, I would say, when I load it, there's a weird click. So you get here, and it's really stiff to load. So I don't know what that is.
16 in it?
Looks like it's got 14 in it.
Slide one out and see if 15 fills up.
Oh, that is stiff. Huh, this.
That's odd.
So when we loaded that, I don't know if is it picking up on camera?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Huh. Well, let's see. Oh fuck, that's not.
You're gonna get that by hand.
Yeah.
This is that mag. That had 14, didn't it?
Yeah, that had 14. You know, it's something with the mag. There's something with this mag. It stops right there. And then you gotta push it in and it snaps in. That's not a normal thing. So I think there's something wrong with this mag specifically. I don't know what it is. I'll take it back to the table and see. We'll take a closer look. Because if they got chucked into the pile, I don't know if you see that bulge at the bottom.
They all kind of have it, but that one's a touch more pronounced. Maybe unload it and then we reload it.
Yeah.
See if something's down.
I think this is a mag that we don't use anymore because the base plate's fucked. Really? Look at that bulge. Wonder why. I mean, I can see the bottom of the spring. And this is a stiff one. Did it get overloaded by accident? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Nope, that's 15. So maybe a QC issue with this specific one.
If you want to mark that one and load it back up, I'll shoot it.
Okay. So I took the base plate off. I don't know if there's some metal there. You see that? But this definitely bent. This was bulging a little bit. I can't figure out what it is. It could just be a, I don't know, QC thing.
Are the lips, are they holding? They're not bent, they're not moving.
The lips, you know what? I don't know, you tell me this lip specifically.
Looks like it's up a hair. Right? Like literally a hair though.
Barely
Right there on the
perceptible.
edge, it's barely perceptible, but it is tipped up a smidge.
AJ, what do you think?
Take a peek at it. You know, not crazy.
I mean,
It's barely noticeable, if at all. I would say run it. If it catastrophically fails, it's not going to hurt anything other than blow the round off the bottom. It'll just stop. It was weird though. Practice. The way it wouldn't load was like a weird way to fail, you know? Like into the gun, I mean.
yeah, I was wondering if maybe the rounds just stacked goofy or something.
I mean, it's sliding in smooth now without any rounds in it, so we'll see. Let's load it up and see.
Here.
I'm just gonna shoot the one mag. Went in smooth that time. That one went well. Maybe we just had to clear some schmutz out.
All I'm thinking is the possibility of it. There was a lot of dirt caught in there in the front end. When they
Oh, that's true.
I was prying dirt out of it.
Right, okay.
Could that happen? Yes.
So this is marked now, so at least we know that this was the one that kind of had an issue.
Because once they hit the ground with the feed ramp, I noticed shit getting in them.
But maybe that's something that you want to look out for if you buy these mags is, you know, since the spring tension is so high when we first got them, it might be that these bottom base plates are not strong enough, or, you know, maybe we got a weak one, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, even these kind of bulge out a little bit. You know?
That's what I was looking at.
That one was a little worse. but
Yeah.
We got this mag that we marked D. We had a bunch of issues with it. And we disassembled it and then we reloaded it and it ran fine. One thing we're thinking is the ground's pretty dirty here. We've been chucking the mags, so perhaps dirt got down in and cleared it out. Obviously we took it apart. So it is running fine at the moment, but it did have an issue. However, we're not sure if it was us or the mag or just some goofy fluke, but we're gonna keep trying this one and we've got it marked now so we can tell if it has more problems. That was a failure to go in the battery, but again, that was my thumb on this 43X, which I'm learning we have to hold, at least I have to hold just slightly differently, or it will occasionally not go in the battery all the way. Ooh, that's hot. Just didn't lock back. All right, I had a couple failures to go into battery there. And I've noticed with this 43X specifically, it is really picky about where my fingers are on the slide. And my thumbs like to ride up, as some of you have commented on previous videos. And I'm definitely causing those, and we want to be super transparent about that. I don't think it's mag related. It seems more like the way I'm gripping this gun.
Up. Here. Clear. Everything worked. She's hotter than hell right now. Oh shit, she's hot. She's hot.
So thoughts on the slick Palmetto State Armory mags and the original black ones that we shot more of. We definitely had a bunch of user errors today. We got a new shooter out here, so teaching him the ropes. I was having a lot of issues with the 43X and my thumbs riding the slide and keeping it from going into battery. That was a big deal. We had one mag that was one of the slicks that we marked the D, and that was, we had one just weird situation with it where we tried to load it into the gun and it just didn't go right. And so we disassembled it, we checked it out and everything seemed fine. Then we reloaded it and we didn't really have any issues with it. It ran great. So we don't really know what's up with that. We marked it with the D just in case we had further issues, but we did not. One thing we did want to point out here is when we took that one apart, we noticed the lips on these mags are not super big compared to a Glock mag. If you've ever disassembled a Glock mag, and you probably can even see it on the back of this here, the lips go around basically the whole mag, and Palmetto States don't as much. And we have some shield mags here, and those also don't go very far around the mag. And we're not really sure why. That seems like an obvious place where you would want as much support as possible. And the reason we noticed that is because we were looking at the bottom of the mag we marked D, and it looked a little bowed. However, all the PSA mags are also a little bowed. This one's just a touch more, and there's one of the black ones. You can see it there as well. So we don't really know if it's actually a big deal. We're not engineers, but we thought it was worth mentioning. It just kind of seems odd that you wouldn't put as much leverage as possible on the base plate to keep it in place and to keep it from bulging.
It's definitely something to keep an eye out long term if you're going to let them sit and break in, and I could see that becoming an issue down the line.
You would
it's just
think,
something
right?
to keep an eye out for. But I thought, even the slick mags, there was an obvious difference between the brand new mags that we loaded today, super stiff to load, and then I noticed with the ones that we've had loaded for a while, these were super easy to load.
Yeah, they were nice.
Like way better than last time, way better than the new mags. I didn't notice any issues shooting these. Even with these slick mags, didn't notice any mag related issues.
No.
So
no, we had a fair number of user issues and stuff, which comes from any range day, I think, when you're shooting a lot of stuff. But we just tried to be honest about it when it happened and just point out, I can't think of, aside from magazine D, that one time, I can't think of anything where it was like, hey, the magazine seems suspect this time.
Right. And that was a thing that you could tell as soon as you try to seat the mag that there was an issue.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't seat correctly. So if, let's say, you're going to use it on a range day, you're going to use it to carry even maybe, you seat the mag and you say, oh, that's not loading correctly. So you chuck it, try to figure it out and then load another one. I would say that with the hollow points, it all ran great, and I feel like the point of these PSA Micro mags is to extend your carry ammo.
Yeah.
So you want to shoot your carry ammo, and we didn't have any issues with that.
Sure, yeah, and I would say on top of that, the 124 grain ball ammo also ran fine, and that was one of our hypotheses from last time was Was the 115 just not pressured high enough to cycle the slides with the
Right. And I
upward
just
pressure?
think that was a break-in period because, you know, when the first video was all of the first gen, first release mag, so maybe
Sure, they could have tweaked some
yeah,
things.
because these are the you know, the slick mags, so maybe there's a different spring tension there, but we didn't even have any issues with that with the ball ammo. I would say if I was going to carry these, I would feel comfortable with the ones that I know we didn't have issues with.
Yep.
The one Mark D I would not carry.
I don't think there's a reason to.
Yeah, but
I also
the
don't
other
think,
ones we didn't have issues with. I would feel pretty comfortable with them.
yeah, I don't think that this specific mag tells the story about all the mags.
Right.
Whether there's a fluke with this one or whether it was just a bad circumstance once, I wouldn't want to gamble on it either. But no, none of these other mags have given us any problems, especially the second time out. Now most of them are broken in a little bit.
Yeah, specifically the ones that have been broken in for a couple months, I would have no issues carrying these. I would keep an eye out on this issue, the bowing, see if it gets any worse, see if there's any issues loading the mag, seating the mag, but these shot flawlessly and I feel good about them.
Yep. So hey, if you like content like this video, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. We're trying to do as much as we reasonably can afford to do to put out actual helpful content for people who conceal carry and they want to use sub-content packed platforms like the 43X and the 48. We're hoping to get some other guns in here beyond those two as well, but that's where we're starting. Thanks so much.